So I recently did a video on FIFA 14 career mode and why, after all these years having originally hated it, I now really love the mode. And in that video, I of course went on to play some gameplay, and that is what has led me to create this video today. Through playing all of those games on FIFA 14, I have had more fun during that time than I have for the entirety of FIFA 23. And today in this video, I want to explore why a game that is 10 years older than FIFA 23 has more about it and is more fun to play than what we have now. So with that being said, roll the intro and let's get into it. So first things first, I think it's important to know I'm not even necessarily saying that the gameplay is better. There's really pros and cons to both games. There are some things, of course, that FIFA 14 doesn't have that FIFA 23 does have, but there are many things that FIFA 14 had that for some reason we just don't have 10 years later on down the line. To make sure that it wasn't just nostalgia talking, I made sure to play around 15 games to really get into the meat of the gameplay and make sure that there weren't some flukes here and there, instead getting a real good impression of the gameplay. So what is it that the FIFA 14 gameplay has over its 10 years newer counterpart? Well, the biggest difference by far that FIFA 14 has going for it is the AI, both opposition and your own team as well. It's been well documented, particularly on this channel, how crossing is just ineffective in FIFA 23. The crossing accuracy isn't great to begin with, and when you do put good crosses into the box, the players don't want to attack the cross. Their positioning is poor, they don't like to get their head to it, and then you don't have a whole lot of control over the headers as well. Well, in FIFA 14, it is a different story. You can put good crosses into the box, players will position themselves in fantastic areas, find pockets of space, and they will make sure to burst and attack that cross to the best of their ability. You'll see lots of times where I was using in particular Radamel Falcao, of course, known for his aerial ability in that Monaco team back in FIFA 14, and it was an absolute joy to watch, both from corners and also open play as well. Corners and set pieces are another huge element to this. Again, you see the players positioning themselves well, you see them making really intelligent and good runs that you don't get in FIFA 23 today, which all in all makes it a far more threatening situation, like it should be, as is the case in real life, compared to what it is in FIFA 23. But this just doesn't go for the user team as well, it also goes for the opposition AI. Many of you know, as I do, as we've spoken about in the sliders videos for FIFA 23, how the opposition just do not cross the ball in. They'll get the ball to the byline, they'll get the ball in the corner, then they'll look to cut back inside and pass it along the face of goal until they can just lever it from within the width of the posts. Well, on FIFA 14, that is a different story. They will cross the ball, their players will attack those crosses, and I myself have conceded goals from this situation. It's far more realistic, it provides more of a challenge, and all in all, it is a more fun and simulating gameplay experience. How about the dribbling and the skill moves? Well, it's a very contentious issue in FIFA, the realistic players versus the arcade-like players, what we like skill moves. I personally am on the realistic side, and I believe that the main skill moves you should be using are things like step overs, feints, fake shots, things that you see in real life on a regular basis. Now in FIFA 23, these moves don't bring a lot of value because the opposition AI don't get faked out by them. If you try and feint one way and go the other, if you try and fake shot, it doesn't do anything. The opposition AI will read whatever you do and they will stay in their place and probably win the ball back. Now in FIFA 14, it's a different story. It puts a lot more value in you executing these realistic type movements, feints, step overs, fake shots, etc. And the opposition AI can and do sometimes get faked out by this, which all in all helps you to create more realistic attacking patterns of play that you don't get in FIFA 23. This is something that has always worked up until around about FIFA 21, which is when something within the gameplay changed and you could just no longer execute that effectively. Now there are also other areas as well. For example, the old custom tactics system is still in place in FIFA 14 here. So for example, we still have the man marking system, which we no longer have in FIFA 23, that works very well in FIFA 14. In fact, it works too well. If you set a player to man mark, they will literally follow them around a pitch and man mark them to the tightest degree. It is literally like a Marcelo Bielsa system maybe even kicked up a notch. In this day and age of FIFA 23, where we complain about how players just don't get man marked, free runners, free players for the opposition all over the place, this is an absolute refreshing change to have in FIFA 14. I was setting my fullbacks to mark the opposition wingers, and when the opposition wingers dropped off, they would follow them, push right up the field. The same with the defensive midfielder and the centre backs as well. It also goes the same way with the other custom tactics, the positioning, you can edit the player's work rate, all of this good stuff, and this is something that we've covered in previous videos on FIFA 09 and FIFA 10, so do go and check those ones out as well, where we look in more detail at this really good feature. Now listen, of course, there are things that FIFA 23 has that FIFA 14 didn't have at that time that work really well in relation to FIFA 23. For example, the running isn't quite as realistic, isn't quite as fun. Some of the shooting and passing animations do come off as a little bit robotic at times compared to what we do have now in FIFA 23, where there are far more animations and they're fine-tuned a little bit better, although FIFA 23 does still have a problem with that within its own right. The presentation, of course, in some areas FIFA 23 is much better. For example, the fans, graphically, the stadiums, etc. do have the upper hand. Having said that though, you do have the commentary team and the presentation team on FIFA 14. Martin Tyler and Alan Smith presented by Jeff Stelling at the start and in the middle and at the end of every game.
Hello and welcome to the French League One. Today it's Monaco against SC Bastia. The hosts are unbeaten at home so far in this campaign. Can they maintain that record today? The floodlights beaming down from the night sky. So let's go straight to the ground. Your commentary team, Martin Tyler and Alan Smith.
We should have a fine game for you today. I'm Martin Tyler, Alan Smith is with me. Welcome to you all.
These are vastly superior to whoever it is that we have now on FIFA 23. All in all, it comes down to this. I have no urge to switch on FIFA 23 and play the game. I really don't. In my own time, it doesn't interest me at all. The gameplay is more frustrating than it is enjoyable, and overall it feels like the same sloppy experience that we've had for the last few years. However, I do have the urge to play FIFA 14. I want to go back and experience that gameplay more because I'm finding it more fun, and despite the fact that we're now 15 to 20 games within that, I'm still not coming to a point where I feel really frustrated by that experience, and I'm instead really enjoying it. So I would advise all of you guys to give it a try. Whilst I'm not sure about PlayStation, I know that for Series X Xbox users, you can actually play the old Xbox One version on your Series X. This is what I have actually been doing, and it means that you don't have to get an old console in order to do that. So for those of you who still have FIFA 14 knocking around, or you want to buy it cheap, which I did, then do give that a try. I promise you will not be disappointed. Let me know what you guys think. Do you like the FIFA 14 gameplay? What do you think of the FIFA 23 gameplay? And do you have the urge to go back to old FIFAs? Let me know in the comments section down below. With that being said, we're going to round it off there. Make sure to check my Patreon. The link is down below. Lots of fantastic perks and rewards on there. Subscribe to the channel and ring the bell to get notifications every time I upload. Until the next one, I will see you soon.